Oh, a minute, let me see if I can change this cam. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Lily. I don't know what's going on here. Old cams on here. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Cookie. Hmm, Hang on just a minute. Oh, I was playing with this thing. I couldn't get the other cam to come on. Hello, Kenner Farms. How you doing, man? Yeah, change cam. I don't know why that old cam. Yeah. Michael Ann. Yeah, how's everybody's day been? I've been busy, but everything turned out all right. Michael Ann, what you been up to? I haven't seen you in a few days. Packing up to go, huh? Yeah, Doc gave you the free rein and getting moved. You got it all going on, don't you, Justin? Gosh, how you been doing? I haven't seen you in a while either. Miss Diane, have you heard from Janice today? Hmm, sorry about that, Diane. Hello, she devil. There's Miss Janice. How you doing, girl? Yeah, Miss Janice popped in. How you doing today, gal? Well, at least you're walking. That's my main thing. Glad you done better than you were anyway. I got to put a plug in here. Ava's got her music channel on here. We're trying to get her up to 1,000, and got her in the nines now. Any y'all not sub to her, go sub to her. That little gal sure works. She works hard at it. Maybe get Diane to post a link in the chat on it. She's one that deserves it. Boy, she works at it. Yeah, I understand, Miss Janet. Been there and done that. You gonna change name on the Sharon? Uh-oh. Gas time is busy. It's always 2 o'clock in the morning. Thank you, Diane. Well, they didn't shoot me, so they wouldn't shoot you, Janice. You know that was the reason that that was the reason I've been riding that motorcycle so much. I could shift gears on that motorcycle, but getting in my pickup working that clutch was, ooh, wasn't good. Oh, okay, different sharing. All right. But you're just gonna jump in here and then run off, huh? That's just the way you are. No, she devil I hadn't. I've got another batch of eggs coming in, and I'll video that thing when we start up. This here, man, I've been busier than a one arm paper man. I haven't recorded anything. Yeah, Lily, they turned 5 weeks today. Hello, Kenny. They turned 5 weeks today. Not today, Thursday. So they'd ought to be starting maybe getting some new hickeys and getting a few eggs, and it should be interesting. Appreciate it, Ken. Well, I wonder if Crystal got on the road. I know she was just jumping up and down, ready to go. Now, Cookie wouldn't make a mistake, would you, Cookie? Well, maybe I'm back. Hawkins family, hello and goodbye. Well, all right. Stupid thing kicked me off. I didn't think I was going to get back online. You gone, Buzzy? Hello, Kenneth. Timmy Ray. Mr. Bad. How you doing, buddy? Yeah. Thing is, I don't know. I'm gonna have to change internet providers. I guess I had too much trouble with this thing. Well, I appreciate it, Busby. I ain't no use running off. Are you back home now? It dropped me offline. I had to completely reboot. Yeah, it get. I think I am gonna have to change. I guess it just seems like it gets worse. Waiting out the storm. Okay, looks like we gonna miss this storm. Be careful, buddy. Yeah, Timmy Ray, it don't have nothing to do with YouTube or premium or this my internet provider. Looks like it's gonna be east of us on this one. We look like we're gonna be in the 70s and high 60s, 70s, and 80s for the next 8 or 10 days. Got rain a couple days, but boy, it's beautiful today. Yeah, let us know how it's going, Buzzy. I haven't really looked on how far west that storm's supposed to come. I know it's supposed to be in the east part. I got caught in Nashville one time and rode out a big snowstorm. Yeah, I know it's warmer in Texas than it is where you're at. I got caught out there though, and it was like -5, snowing like crazy. I finally got a break one day, and I'm the hell with this. I'm headed for Texas. I drove about 100 miles on that ice, but then I started getting out. That's the way I had to do, Busby. I hit that little break and I was gone. That's pretty warm for y'all, isn't it, Diane? You gone, Lily? Yeah. Well, this is a little more normal, Mike, for us for it to be, especially as early. Hmm, that's not fun. Isn't that weird? Oh, here's Mr. Bad.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, buddy? I said I was
Oh,
going to come and talk to you, so I thought I'd better do that today. I said, Dell, I says, Ron's up. I better go bug him. And, he's probably wondering what's going on. So, yeah, that's for him.
well, what have you been up to?
I've been up to just about everything. I got, what have I got down? 4 generators fixed, 2 box trucks, and we're working on Jamie's bus here pretty soon. So, yeah, it's been busy.
You're bad as me, Bad.
What?
I do the same thing. I've got 2 boats sitting out there right now to work. People have come and said, we need to weld a hole up in this boat. We don't knock a hole in this aluminum boat.
The thing that gets me though, really, Ron, and you'd be right there with it, is how in the hell did we get all the crap done when we were working full time?
I don't know.
I
I
don't know
don't know.
either. Like every time I turn around, okay, yeah, okay, you know. So
Yeah, I always said after I retired that I didn't know how in the hell I had time to work with everything I had going on. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, Ron.
How you doing tonight?
Oh, doing all right. About yourself?
Whoop. I
What
either
in the
lost
world?
I
What
think
is?
Badger is out. You get noise.
You don't have no sound badge. Not now. Are you just mouthing that?
Hello, Carl. Meg.
Hey, Oswald, Carl, Meg, everybody in the chat. You're muted, badge. I can't hear a word you're saying, badge. Your lip, your lip sinking or something.
Oh, I got him moved. Bad, can you hear us at all?
Everybody's saying you're muted, badge.
Hell, I haven't got him muted. Somebody type in there and ask him to go out and come back in. Maybe that'll straighten it out.
Hey, badge. Try going out and coming back in, badge. If you can hear us.
All right. Have a good night, Timmy Ray.
Have a good night, Timmy Ray. Everybody saying, Badge, turn your mic on. You are muted. Oh, the joys and fun with technology. There it went. Okay.
Yeah, he went out. Come back in. Maybe he'll have it.
Here.
How you doing, Kenny?
Doing all right. I went and saw my dad last night, and he's doing pretty good. He had been he'd been up in the wheelchair, and he had actually, when I went and saw him, he was dozing off, getting ready to go to sleep, and he had already been in bed. He'd been in bed for like 30-40 minutes, I think. And
Cracking on.
but he um but he's doing pretty good. He's getting there slowly but surely, you know. But we're trying to working on get some things, and
As long as he just keeps improving, that's the
yeah.
main.
Well, I mean, he hasn't gone downhill any or anything. So, did you have to put me full screen? Why am I full screen? Um, hey, Land Cloud Adventures. Ron, you there? Are you there, Ron? I think we lost Ron again. Well, anyway, like I said earlier on, we are going to be residing in North Carolina for a little bit. And then hopefully within the next few months to maybe a year or so, we'll be able to move back to where we want to move to. I don't know what to make up my show. There he is. Welcome back, Ron.
Yeah, damn, I'm gonna have to give me a hammer and nails and nail my britches down. Hello, Nate.
Hey, Scott.
Hello, Mr. Scott. I'm behind here on everybody. What's going on with this thing? No, what I was saying is, other night with that mic in front of your mouth, it it was you were talking over everybody. You know, you weren't meaning to, but it was picking everything up in the room and everything. And boy, it's perfect tonight.
See, I don't know how to adjust the volume or anything on these things.
Oh, it wasn't
So,
too loud. It was good, but it was just picking everything else up.
ah.
So it's just right today the way you got it. Oh, here comes Badge.
Let's try
Hey,
this again. I'm not
hey,
gonna touch.
Badge.
How you
I
doing,
can hear you
Kenny?
now, Badge.
Is that good? That's a good thing, or is that a bad thing?
That's good.
Is that good? Okay.
Good.
So where were the hell were we? Yeah, we fixed a couple things. So,
Yeah.
but no, it's not bad. It's I'm glad we left. It was pretty damn cold up there. So, um, but we're working on box Van D's. We're trying to get that thing ready for a meetup. When's that? In a couple weeks, I think. So, yeah,
I think it's the 21st.
yeah,
I want to say I think it's the 21st through the
23rd.
24th,
Yeah,
24th or 23rd. I think.
yeah.
I can't
So
remember which.
that's what we're doing for that. We got it all. We got it set. It starts now. We just have to. I just got to finish putting doghouse and stuff on it tomorrow, so we'll get her done. It's all good.
Nate is as goopy as this damn internet is right now. I'm scared to mess with it too much.
Don't
I got
touch
every
them.
yeah,
Don't,
just leave it
yeah,
alone
don't touch.
for a little bit.
Cross your toes and cross your fingers, and everything's good.
I don't know what's going on tonight.
Yeah.
What were you
Yeah.
wanting to
What the
talk to me about, Bad?
I was talking about the weather. What the hell's with the Texas, man? It's pretty nice over there.
Oh, it it went from 15 below to 70, 80 degrees. But
Yeah.
this is not unusual for Texas in the wintertime. We usually have 2 or 3 days bad weather lasted longer this time,
We
but
get
we have 2 or 3 days bad weather and then it gets pretty again.
we get them.
I think Badge just froze.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim wanting to know if y'all heard anything on there. He's
What?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On who?
Yeah, you left for a minute.
Yeah.
We're working on that. Uh, we're working on that, Tim. We're
You,
trying to get the ball rolling.
Get the ball rolling. Yeah. So yeah. So we're what's her name's Dawn and Bear down in Livingston, and it was like, the hell was it? 21 there today, which is what 80.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, 80 degrees. Yeah, it's freaking hotter now. It's
It's a,
cool. It's not bad. It's 17, 18 here, which is what 65, 70, which isn't too bad really. But boy, she
I,
sure cools off at night.
I think that the deal at Quartzsite is that we get warm for spells, but we get cold for spells too. And
Yeah.
Quartzsite's not normally like that. Quartzsite's
No.
pretty even.
It's way
It's
colder than it was in 20 when we were down. 19. The last time we were down, it's way colder. But it's still no snow. So that's good.
yeah, it
I didn't have to
it was
plug my truck in yet. That's a good thing.
yeah. These later model trucks were down here. You have to plug them in.
Yeah. So
Only time I used to have trouble running up north and then running south was you'd get that
gel.
blend in
Yeah.
Michigan or Indiana, and
Yeah.
then run 500 miles and you fill up with fuel again, and then you had another blend, and then you got to Texas or Arizona, you had another blend.
Yeah.
Boy, you better change some fuel filters.
See what the guys try to do now is they'll come into California and pick up vegetables, and they'll go and fill up in Butte or Helena before they come back. Because if not, it gels. So
Hello,
yeah.
Kenneth. Well, I tell you what, You look like you're a little happier since you're down in Arizona instead of up in that cold country.
Well, the other thing is, yourself, we worked in this shit for many years, 40, 50 years. And now when you get our age, it just goes right through you. Like you walk by a popsicle, you're got a cold for crying out loud. So that's the worst part about it. So, um, yeah, I couldn't get warm. I had insulated coveralls on, a sweatshirt, and winter socks and boots, and I just couldn't get warm. I just couldn't stay warm. So I said, I think we should get the hell out of here. So we talked to Willie, and he was all right with it. So we just let's get out of here.
I tell you what, I wish you could get on Mike to come down here with you sometime.
Well, I don't know. That's going to be a tough one, though, because he's on dialysis, right? That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, it's hard.
You got to get that at the other. You got to have somewhere to do it at the other end, right? That's the problem. That's the biggest problem, But I'll tell you, if he could, he would. I know he would. He would. So
He cracked me up.
Oh, he's funnier than hell. So
He is. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think I went looking at new pickups today. Ooh, they proud of them damn things.
Little chortle horse.
Yeah, it's just about time for me to buy another one.
I think I'm just going to keep this one and put some new power to it all the time because, man, the price of them nowadays, holy shit. You can't buy nothing for less than 80,000 now.
Not a diesel. Yeah, see, not if you might buy a stripped down half ton.
Yeah, but, they don't even have them anymore because most of them are factory runs, right? So they put all the shit on power windows, power seats, all that shit. So you can't even get a strip.
I wish I could buy a damn truck that had roll up windows. It had a cruise control and an air conditioner and a radio. That's all the hell I want for a damn truck.
I don't even think you can buy roll up windows anymore. I haven't seen a roll up window in a long time. A long time. Like a long time. Like
yeah, I know it.
3 years at least. So, but I don't think you can buy roll up windows. I don't even think you can buy them without. Well, most of them you can't get without air conditioning now.
You damn sure can't buy a standard anymore.
No,
they don't even make one.
Unless you. I don't even know if there's one with a standard anymore. Well, I think the Dodge you can still get the Dodge with a standard.
No, you can't.
No,
I checked. No, it's got to be 550 before you can get into a standard transmission. Even 450, they won't get them anymore.
But anyway, we were talking about that the other day about how things have come and how things are going, and like when we were kids, like you to get power steering was like, holy jeez, you guys got lots of money. But now it's just it just comes with it, right? Power steering, air conditioning, power seats, all that stuff. So yeah,
when I was growing up, my dad had 1-ton trucks, welding trucks. And I remember one old long wheelbase truck we had, and you had to put both feet on the damn ceiling to turn the steering wheel on. God,
yeah. Like one guy says, well, if I'm driving down the road and I lose power steering, what's it going to be like? I said, just like driving your dad's truck. Well, I don't remember that. Well, that's exactly what it's like, just driving your dad's truck.
They sent me out on a job one day repairing a plow or something. I don't know what I repaired. But I was coming back through a field on a dirt road. We had them old trucks overloaded. And I hit a choke hole, and when I did, of course, they had leaf springs in the front. I broke a damn leaf spring, and when I did, I didn't know it, but it was already broke. And it came out from under the front of that truck and was sticking out the front of that damn truck. Here I am out in the boondock.
Yeah.
I had a winch on that truck. I finally found me a post and shoved up under the front of it and run a winch over the top of the cab and got it up in there, got the front end back under it. And there wasn't nothing to do. I crawled under there and weld it and sprang it back together. You know, that's not going to stay.
No.
I baby that thing and got it back to the shop. Got in the shop, and man, that's sort of spooky driving something that the front end gonna fall out from under. I got
Yeah.
back in there, and my dad told me, said, I got one more call we got to make. Said, baby that truck and take it on out there. And I drove about 20 miles out in the damn country on the dirt road again, with both front springs welded on that damn truck. You talk
Yeah.
about, ooh,
Like that
something
was
else.
one guy, like on the Ford, the E350s and that, the vans, the buses, they got vacuum boosters on them. So they got a little vacuum pump on them, right? So the guy comes flying down through New York there and he says, I lost the vacuum on I got no brakes. I says, well, you got 2 feet, right? Yeah. Well, put 2 feet on the pedal instead of 1. You're kidding, right? No, I'm not. I'm deadly serious. You know?
The funniest thing in the world, I've been watching some stuff on YouTube, and where these carjackers, and they drug an old boy out of his Jeep and jumped in the Jeep and was going to drive it off, steal his car. And it was a
Yeah.
standard transmission, and they couldn't drive or something.
They couldn't
They had
drive
to
it.
leave it. Yeah, just sitting in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I better move here. I think this thing's gonna go dead here in a minute. Oh, let's see.
Tim and kicking, they've been trying. My son's been trying to get me to go to that U.S. A insurance. I need to do some checking on that stuff too.
On what?
It's through the veterans. They are supposed to be some damn good insurance. It's supposed to be a hell of a lot cheaper.
No, you never know.
But they do. I think they do mortgages on houses and health insurance and everything else. It's a complete package.
Yeah. Well,
I cleaned my damn coffee pot today and cleaned it up real good. Damn, that coffee don't taste right tonight.
well, you know better than that. That's the worst thing to do. You never.
Well, the thing was half-ass quit working, so I had to clean it out.
You could end up in jail for shit like that, man. Clean out your coffee pot. Jesus, Ron. Come on, work with me here.
The worst ass eating I ever got in the Army was over that. I was working in a hospital, and I got bored one morning about 2 o'clock in the morning, and they had them big stainless steel coffee pots, and I took that thing all apart and cleaned it.
Don't clean that sucker.
That damn sergeant come in that next morning and cussed me for 2 days.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the worst thing you can do. They say that. Oh yeah, if it gets slow, put some vinegar through it. No, God, it just screws it up more. You're better off throwing get a new one. So.
Yeah. It'd take about a week for that one to get back the way it's supposed to be. Well, the same thing on a coffee cup. Well, kicking. I need to check into that too. That boy's been wanting me to check into it because him being a dependent, he can get on it too if I'm on it.
Yeah.
I need to do some more checking on it.
I'm not sure if I'll try it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it very much. I don't know.
Everybody I know likes it, Kenny. They claim it saves them some money. Oh yeah. Like I say, I sort of put it off. I've been so busy. I haven't dug into it like I'm supposed to.
No. We got some insurance here coming down. It's not too bad now. It was up to $500 each, and then it dropped down, so it's not too bad now. So, but that's crazy.
I guess I'm lucky on that because, I'm lucky and unlucky. I've got some problems that got me 100% disabled, but it's sure nice not to have any medical bills or pharmaceutical bills, all that's paid for.
Yeah. Boy, some of them I was always wondering, like, I got into blind views of over we were talking about it, and he says, "Oh yeah," he says, "drugs are way cheaper in Canada than down here." I says, "No, they can't be." He says, "Oh yeah,"
Oh
and
yeah,
some of the drugs these people they're on is like even Jack's when he's doing his cancer stuff is like $5,000 and $10,000 a month. It was just ridiculous. Like I'm thinking, how the hell you pay this shit? So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it's the way it is, I guess.
hell, I know there's a lot of people. I've got friends of mine that on up in age, and they order their meds out of Canada because
Yeah,
they're about a tenth the price of what they are here.
yeah. Well, they go down across the border too to Mexico. They're even cheaper than Canada. So
They,
that's funny, the way the prices are in Canada. I didn't think that they'd be that much cheaper, but they're quite a bit cheaper. Like we're talking like 50%, like a
yep,
lot. Like
yeah,
wow.
or more.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it seems like they can just set a price down here and you have to pay for it, right? So
Yeah,
that
well,
would
it's a good deal and it's a bad deal. I think about there was a deal happened 30, 40 years ago, or maybe it hadn't been that long, about a sleeping pill that came out, and they were passing them things out left and right, and when all the women that took them that had were pregnant, all the babies were born with flippers instead of arms and legs,
yeah.
and they hadn't run all the tests and stuff on them. I think there's still a town in Europe someplace that's just for them kids, or they aren't kids anymore.
Yeah.
Hello, Mello. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Nomadic Adventures.
They, but they do a lot of testing on this stuff. That was one thing that PO'd me that they said they're telling us that they come up with a damn shot for this virus, 19, in 3 months, and everything else, polio, measles, everything else, it took them 25 years to come up with a damn
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Don't make much sense.
No, not at all. But anyway, I just thought I'd come up and say hi, see you guys. Just that
Well,
I'm still kicking.
Mm.
I'm glad that you're staying busy and stay out of trouble anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't have much problem with that one at all. So,
Oh, here's Crystal.
Hey, Crystal and La Gringa.
Oh, they got held up. Well, are you helping? God dang, can't think his name now. Nomadic on his bus, or y'all started on it yet?
no, he's still in Florida. He's coming back here in a couple weeks. Then we'll figure out what he's going to do with it. You got to figure out what he's going to do with it because you got to basically put an engine in it one way or the other, right? Plus some other stuff. So we'll see what goes there. I got 2 months left, so I should be able to pull this off.
Well, you know, um, he may be better off finding a motor putting in that.
Well, I think I was talking to Tony over in Phoenix, and I think he's got one over there, a 7.3, one it's a long block, no, short block. So you'd have to use his heads, but he figures it's all right. So that's all he needs. He gets that for a couple grand, he'd be laughing. So
Well,
he gets starts rebuilding it, it's going to be like 5 or 6 grand by the time it's done. Damn, motor's 10 grand, long block.
yeah,
So
them old 7.3s. That's unusual to see one come apart like that.
no, that's why I don't know. I haven't really seen the whole story on this. I seen
Yeah,
what
well,
happened, but I don't. haven't seen the whole story. What I think it was is a piston failure is what I think it is, because you don't see that. It doesn't. They don't do that. It's
Mm-mm.
just. It's the first one I've seen like that. I've seen them where they've pre-ignition and took out the top of the cylinder, but not, or the top of the piston, but not broke it away from the rod. I think it was a piston failure is what it was, because it's the only one that runs like a top. You're sitting there running, it runs like a top. You would,
Yeah.
if you didn't know, you would never know it was going to run on 7 cylinders. You wouldn't know.
Well,
So,
they'll run better than that. I got caught out in California one time in a 1951 model Chevrolet. And they had them old Babbitt rods in them.
yeah,
And I was coming back. All of a sudden, that thing went to hammering. And I did basically what you told him to do.
yeah,
I got on there and dropped the pan on it and took that piston out and cut it off, cut the rod off, and uh, I had a pair of combat boots there and cut the tongue out of that combat boot and wrapped it around the journal and
yeah,
clamped that rod end back on it and drove that thing 1,200 miles back to Texas. When I sold
yeah.
it was still running.
I drove a 302 in a wagon, in a 68 wagon. I drove it all the way from Alberta to Ontario with 7 pistons in it. The word ran just fine.
Yeah.
I think it still got 15 miles a gallon too. So,
But, we fuss about these old vehicles now. But I can remember them old engines with them Babbitt rods and stuff like that. 50,000 miles was a ton of damn miles on them things now.
oh yeah.
It was time for another motor when you got 50 grand on one.
But see, that's the problem though. Like, when it happened, you got all these new kids on the block and all that shit. And like, he says, well, he's sitting in Beaver, Utah, right on the side of the road. So what are you going to do? He says, what do you want? What do you think I should do? I said, cut the rod off, put it back on, plug the oil hole, and let it go. He says, it won't run. I said, you watch it. It'll run. Believe me. I've done it before. I said, it'll
We had
run.
part of our business was a radiator shop.
Yeah.
They pulled a car in there one day. It had one of them old straight six Chevrolets in it. And I popped the hood up, was going to jerk the radiator off. And looked, and there were pipe plugs in 3 of the damn cylinders, the spark plug hole. And what in the hell? Little car run just like a top. And he had that kind of trouble. He said, you cut one off, it don't balance out as good. And so you cut every other one off, and so that thing run like a spotted butt.
You
It
never know.
would,
You never
yeah.
know.
And he drove that thing forever. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
just you know,
We had one that was one as an old M62 tow truck, like a wrecker, right? And the guy was bringing it down and blew a rod out the side of the block. So I said, what you gonna do? I said, nothing. The rod broke right off at the crank. We just shoved the piston up in the hole. It didn't do nothing. Drove it all the way back to Edmonton. And so the kid comes in that next Monday. I says, bring that truck in, that 322, and pull the motor out. He goes out, starts it up, brings it. What's the matter with it? I says, did you look at the engine? Well, no, it runs really good. I says, yeah, I know. Well, I said, look in the left side of the engine. There's a rod hanging out of the block, right? I says, we might want to fix that, I think. So, yeah. But you never know. It ran just fine. We just jammed the piston up in the block and it was just fine.
never know.
But back in the day, a lot of people did that. Like, it's
Oh
not
yeah,
rare. It wasn't rare to pull a piston out or to, it wasn't rare. Like
well,
how many times I can almost, if they're old people like us, you probably remember. The new kids probably won't. How many people spun a bearing in the car, took it out, and put bacon fat in there, like
yeah.
bacon? How many times you done that? I can know about 30 or 40 guys that done it and ran
Put
it
bacon,
forever.
Put bacon rind around it. Yep.
Yeah,
Then we'll do that.
forever. Yeah.
So, yeah. Now they'd want to send you to a insane asylum if you did that.
Hey?
I said now they'd want to send you to want to put you away mentally if you did something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's what I told Jamie. I said, don't read the comments because some of the comments, like, holy God, like you guys are holy. Are you kidding me? Oh, that thing, you guys are stupid. You're never gonna run that thing. Oh God, I says, whoa, don't read the comments, buddy. Just drive her.
Yeah, I read some of those comments. I was rolling on some of them.
Oh yeah. Like I said, these people really believe what they write. Like, come on. But yeah, no, it wasn't a big deal. So,
But you know, people just don't. And I'm not a mechanic anymore on this new stuff. All this electronic crap, I'm lost on it. And I used to be pretty fair mechanic, but not anymore.
I got a good one for you though. So I'm not even going to tell you who it was, but I'm going to tell you a good story. Anyway, the guy come up to me the other day and he says, I got a friend that needs your help. I said, what's that? He says, well, he's got no 6 Ford pickup. I said, you're damn right. He needs my help, all right. So he says, yeah, there's something wrong with you. You better go see him. See, he really needs, he won't trust nobody else. I said, yeah, okay. So I went and seen him. I said, what's the problem? He says, well, we serviced it about a year ago and it hasn't run since. I said, what do you mean? You serviced it a year ago? Yeah, I serviced it a year ago, changed the fuel filters, took it for a drive, and it quit, and we never got it running since. I says, what do you mean you never got it running since? So I was thinking, well, maybe it's a fuel filter or something like that, because that's the first thing you look at. And he says, oh no. He says, the oil was changed at 150123. I said, okay, it's got 150125. I said, it's only got 3 miles on it. Yeah. I says, you got an air bubble in the fuel system and it quit. And you never drove it to get it past that, right? Oh no, I was scared I was going to break the motor. So I jumped in it and got it running and started right up. And I ran it and ran it. I drove it around the yard for about 10 minutes. And I said, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh no, it's going to quit. It's going to quit. I said, well, let's go tell your wife to come and make sure she's got her phone and we'll run up the road to Midland and see if it runs. And I pulled her a 65, 70 all the way. Never quit. That's all it was. It got an air bubble in and they parked beside the garage for 2 years.
I tell you what, I bought a 450, the fanciest truck that Ford had when I was pulling them RVs, and it had a 6.0 in it. I finally gave it back to Ford.
Oh, you have to.
It spent more time in the shop than it did on the road. And now if you spend about $10,000 on one of them motors and fix what's wrong with them, then they're pretty good motors. When I was pulling them RVs, they had 2,500 drivers.
Yeah.
And all of them was diesel 1-ton trucks.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them Fords running and fill the damn radiator full of oil and damn
garbage.
And then the damn Chevrolets, when that Chevrolet first come out, that fuel rail was inside the valve cover where you couldn't get to it, and you'd be running with it, and that thing would crack and fill the whole damn thing up full of diesel.
Yeah.
The Dodges were the best motors at that time. That's 205.
They managed to screw them up now too. So
I used to get tickled at them boys with them Dodges. They'd take it to a Dodge dealership and they just rip them, you know. Man, y'all quit ordering them damn parts at the Dodge dealership. I said, go to a Cummins distributor. You know, there's one in Oklahoma City. You could buy that stuff for about a third what it was to the Dodge deal.
I went into Dodge. I had an 06 Dodge 4x4 12 valve, and I went into Camrose and they blew the injector line. Number 4 injector line was common for them to break them, right? So I go in there, it's $100. I says, no. I says, it can't be $100. There's no way. So I phoned Edmonton, the Cummins dealer, and it was $55. The same line. I says, you got to be kidding. So I just put a piece of rubber hose on it and a hose clamp and drove back to Edmonton and got the $50 hose, right? Like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, how much he wanted for it, the difference. And it's the same hose. It had Cummins right on it.
I had one time I had a fuel pump go out on that 204 Dodge of mine. I carried it in a Dodge house, and they said, there ain't one in the damn United States. We can't find one. Said it'll be 3 or 4 weeks before we can get one. I said, you just hang on a minute. He called all over the place trying to find them. I got on the phone and called that warehouse in Oklahoma City.
Oh, we got how many? 15 of them here.
Yeah. Told him what I wanted and put it on a credit card, and I said, overnight it up here. Next morning, I walked in there and I had that pump in my hand.
Yeah.
Where in the hell did you get that damn pump at? And I told him and told him what it cost. And he just got madder than fire. He said, you know, that's pretty pitiful when a customer of mine got to come in here and tell me where to get parts for my damn vehicle.
Yeah, but that's the way they, it's just like with the Dodges, the fuse boxes and all that. They say, oh, well, we can't, they're all back ordered. We can't get any. I says, that's bullshit. I got on the internet tonight and I found 6 of them for like $200. I says, and Dodge wants $900 or something for it.
Janet, there's one good thing about that knee being messed up, and you having to get a cane. You'll have your own stripper pole you carry with you all the time now.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't care. They do it to everybody now. It used to be just women they used to do it to. Now they do it to everybody. Christ almighty. Oh, yeah, well, you got a problem with this here, and we can't get the part. Oh, we don't want to work on it anyway. You're the goddamn dealer. Oh, we don't want to work on it. Get it out of here. Like, really? So, yeah, that's what you're dealing with now. That's why I'm glad I fixed my own shit, because I don't have to deal with that crap. So.
I had a deal you'd appreciate. I had a low beam headlight go out on that Dodge. And I took it in, figured 15, 20 bucks. They put a headlight in. They called me in a little bit and said, we found a problem, but said it's going to be 2,500 bucks. Said, I put a damn headlight in? Yeah, you might.
That's
said,
a really good headlight.
Said, that's the delay where they cut your lights off after so many minutes, and it runs off your motherboard. So we got to replace the main computer board and the second computer board to get this thing straightened out. I said, well, put it back together. I'll pick it up in a few minutes. He said, oh, you can't do that. You got to have it low beam. I said, look, you talking to a damn redneck from Texas now. And I'm going down. He said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going down the street to Napa and buy a double throw toggle switch and 2 rows of wire. And I'm going to take them damn headlights off that damn computer. I'll have it thing fixed in 2 or 3 hours. He said, well, you can't do that. I said, like hell, I can't. I own a damn truck.
For 100 years, they've run all the headlights through a headlight switch and never had a problem. Now in the last 10, they have to run it through a computer. Why, they ran just fine off the 10, oh God, it just, man, oh
But
man.
you ought to seen that shop foreman when I told him that he was dealing with a redneck from Texas. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it. But that was funny as hell. In about 30 minutes, they called me back and said, so we found a rebuilt board that we can get everything for 250 bucks.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can. Yeah. No. They're just, and it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's Dodge, Chrysler, Ford, Chevy. They're all doing it. It seems like the more they gouge you, the better it is. They're happier or something. I don't know. It's right out of hand now. Like some of the stories I hear, I just shake my head and say, "Are you kidding me?" Like really. I got
Kenny,
one guy. I got one guy on
Yeah.
the phone here today about a ProMaster. What it is what's the matter with it is the fuse box is gone, right? And they won't fix it because they don't want to. Dodge won't put it in. I said, why? Well, because they're back ordered and they don't have any. I said, well, you can get one right here on eBay for $285. What the hell's the problem? Yeah. Now they're staying. And Steampunk's having the same problem. Trying to get somebody to work on his bus.
uh,
Nobody wants to do this shit anymore. That's the problem. Nobody wants to do nothing.
that that's one reason I bought this Jeep the other day.
You
It's
know, it's getting so bad that I'm not going to do it myself, but somebody's going to buy me a scanner to scan these buses because nobody wants to do it anymore. And then I bet you I heard it 5 times this week. Oh, I tried to get it scanned, but their scanner won't hook onto my bus. Well, why not? It's not like they built it yesterday. It's not new. It just boils down to they don't know. The people don't know. They just don't friggin' know. They don't want to
yeah.
know. They want to just be computer junkies and oh yeah, well we could just play with the computer a bit and da 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 da. Nobody wants to get dirty anymore, and some of this stuff you still have to get dirty. I'm sorry, that's the way it is.
Well,
You know.
how would you like to own one of these new Fords that it costs nearly $500 just to change all the filters?
Oh,
It
that's
ain't
why
for me.
everybody says, "Well, why don't you have a diesel?" I said, "Why would I have a diesel?" Well, to pull your trailer. I said, "Why would I need a diesel? I can do it with
Yeah.
my gas truck." I said, "I could change my oil for $39. What's it cost you? 220? Well, yeah. Well, it's just on and on and on. It's just one thing after
Hello,
another.
Box Fan D.
Hey, Box Fan D.
Hello, Miss D. How you doing? Well,
She could have
we could
probably
go
tell
on
you
and
these
on about
years
this, but
that I can wake up in the morning and fix your van. That's probably what she's going to tell you.
yeah. But I bought that Jeep, that 94 model Jeep, but it doesn't have all that junk on it. It still got that straight six in it. And
It's it's
yeah,
amazing how many people are building
red,
stuff
that 6.0 was a pain.
and take it and getting it without no emissions on it. I got to tell you a story about emissions. So when I was, I had to do the top end of the truck, right? The heads and the cam and all that, or not the heads, but the cam and the lifters on the Dodge, because they're not an issue, but they are an issue. And synthetic oil won't help; it'll still wear out. So I go in, I'm thinking I'm playing with this thing, and I'm gonna pull the catalyst out of the mufflers and see what if it makes any difference. I've put 10,000 miles on that since I've done it, and the only thing it says is your O2 sensor, your downstream O2 sensor's not reading right. It runs just perfect, but that's all it says. The engine light's on, but who cares about that? And yeah, it just says that the O2 sensor on the downstream's not working right, but it runs just fine.
Yeah, I don't know
But
what they tried to do, and they pretty well done it to most people. Is they made it where you couldn't be any shade tree mechanics anymore. They wanted you to have to bring it to the damn dealership. They
well,
pretty well got it done.
they can still you can still shade tree it. They just want to make it look like you can't shade tree it. Because you can't really do that. Like the evaporation system is a prime example. The friggin' light comes on, so they go and get it, and this is the evaporation system. the gas cap's faulty or something's faulty, right? They always come on. Mine's been on for 3 years and it runs just fine. So they
Oh
just,
yeah,
it's just one thing after another. So
yeah. Tell me, Ray, my overhauling engine days is probably over with. When I messed that hand up, when I messed my left hand up, blew that thumb off, it's unbelievable how many places you need to get your left hand into to start a nut or put a bolt in, or and
oh yeah.
I'll get to working on something and I get so damn mad that I'll turn around and walk.
Well, you just
So,
like
so I don't.
I buggered up both arms so they don't really straighten out. And there's some things you can't get your fingers on, and oh yeah, it piss you right off. Like some of the vans, like if I'm laying on the floor in the van and trying to work on the bottom of the engine, I can't get my hand around the engine because it won't move that way, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But then if you don't
but
do it,
that's
then
hard.
nobody else. Yeah,
That's hard to get into places.
yeah. It's hard to get into places, or it's
I
hard to
found
stick
a
it
good
in
one
now
good thing
too.
about that though. Badge, I found out one good thing about that broke thumb though. I can catch a kid sucking his thumb.
Yeah.
I can tell him, boy, you better quit doing that crap. I'll tell you, you suck my thumb, and
What
that's what
happened to
happened
mine?
to it. They'll pop.
That's a good one. That's a good. Don't. This is what's gonna happen to you, buddy. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh God,
Oh yeah,
too funny.
yeah. Box Van D. I think a man ought to have one extra hand right in the middle of his
Okay, I'm gonna hit the road here, buddy. I just thought I'd come up and
All right,
I haven't talked to you for a while, Kenny.
Have a good one, Badge.
I'm doing just fine, Kenny. How are you doing?
Doing all right about yourself.
Yeah, no, we're good. So, yeah, we'll keep in touch. See you later,
James,
buddy.
stay out of trouble now.
Hey,
I don't know how to spell that, but I'll try.
Have a good time then.
Yeah. Okay.
bye, Badge.
Bye.
Hello, James Bray.
Hey, Jane Bray.
Badge is a character, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tell you what, he's sharp though. He's sharp in attack.
But
I think that's all he did when he was at his working life was work on them diesels.
work on diesels.
Yeah, I think
Me,
so.
me personally, of course, I know everybody's entitled to whatever they like, but and things. But me personally, I'd much rather have gas than I would diesel.
I would nowadays. A diesel up until about 2005. A diesel motor, if you worked it, if you were pulling the big trailers or that kind of stuff, they were worth it. And they'd run a 500,000 miles, and diesel was cheap. Not like that anymore. You couldn't run fast enough to give me a diesel. Kenny,
Cause
take care of this thing for just a minute. I need to do something. I'll be right back.
all right, because I've even had people tell me at parts stores, uh, diesel parts and things like that. You get stuff like that. They're like double, triple the price in gasoline parts. So, but yeah, I'd much rather I'd much I'd much rather have a gas engine any day than I would diesel. And these electric cars, dang, you couldn't pay me enough in this world to get me to buy an electric one. Ain't no way I'd buy an electric car. Had to sit there and wait for hours on end for that thing to charge. I think if I had the choice between electric and and walking everywhere, I think I'd rather walk everywhere.
Crystal, when are y'all gonna? How much you gonna get delayed before you get to head for quartzsite? Kenny, do you like your headset?
Yeah, I like it pretty good. It wears my ears out more, but I mean, it
I'm
just
surprised. Amber can get your attention now. She just walk by and catch them things and pull them out and turn loose of them, and pop them. Can't
she's
ignore her.
she's in bed.
That's all right. She'll think of it, or
Yeah.
Scott will tell her. Oh, okay, so it's gonna be a few days, huh? They talking about a roller coaster. Hmm. I like Badger's sense of humor. He cracks me up. Well, you told me the other night you got your band back.
Well, it's still at the shop, but I mean, I'm having to leave it there until I figure out a place to go. Until I figure out a place to go, place to put it, because uh right now I don't have anywhere to put it right now. I even told my mechanic it would be a little bit before I'd be able to get it out of the shop.
Yeah, well, you'll be there when you get ready for it.
Yeah.
Well, I got
Well,
rid of one of my
he
motorcycles today.
he's not charging me anything for letting it sit there. So
You can't beat
I've got to get I've got the truck in the storage, and um things, but right now it's but yeah, he's got it done.
Yeah, that's a
But
good deal. I tell you what, these vehicles are something else. Boxman D, you're talking about not being able to sleep. If you look outside, you got a big old full moon. I guarantee you that affects the way you sleep. Yeah, Jane, I do. I'm planning on going out there this year if everything works out. I got some folks that are sick, but if they're doing a little bit better, so let's get something out of the ordinary happen. Well, I'm gonna be out there. I'm not gonna get to stay as long as I wanted to, but I had planned to leave between Christmas and New Year's.
I'm still wanting to eventually build it out into a camper van. So
Yeah, you got time. Just I've been out there 3 times, Jane. It's an experience. Everybody ought to go. Oh, Kenny even likes that desert out there.
yeah, I like that dry heat better than I do the humid heat.
Flight is a unique deal. I don't guess there's another place in the United States. Sound like they got a crew out there this year. Sound like they got a crowd. Yeah, well, that's part of it too. The lady that was going to take care of them for me, well, her parents are having a hard time right now. Her dad's come down with Alzheimer's pretty bad, so I'm going to find somebody else to tend to it. All right, Scott, you have a good night, man. Really? That's getting close to that big tent time, isn't it, dude? Well, Jane, I'd planned to go this year. I was wanting to go a little bit different. I wanted to go either going or coming. I want to either stop in Big Bend for 3 or 4 days, and then I want to go by and see Steve and everything before I got to Fort Lake. I don't know how all that'll work.
But you're not gonna be able to go this year.
Well, I don't. I'm still going to try to go if I can get everything worked out.
Okay.
When that big tent's there, boy, there's people everywhere. I don't know if I'd go back to Quartzsite if it wasn't going to D's beat up. I don't know. There's people out there that I never have met before. You know, there's a lot of people you meet on this thing that's the only
Yeah.
way you'll ever meet them. Going to one of those, something like Quartzsite.
Either that or what they call the jamboree meetup.
Jamboree
But
meetup.
yeah, it's in Georgia. It
Oh, okay.
used to be called used to be called the Mayberry meetup, but
Yeah.
now they call it the YouTube. I think it's called the YouTube Jamboree meetup now. I think it's in Hiwassee. It's in Hiwassee, Georgia, is where it's at usually. That's where they had it last year.
I think that most of my running is going to be west of Mississippi from now on. I like that
Yeah.
west. You could spend a lifetime here in Texas, seeing the different stuff.
I know when we had that when we had that cold spell around Christmas time and it got down in the negative digits and some of the water lines on people's property froze and stuff and things. I would rather been in Quartzsite during that time because it's too doggone cold. I don't like it when it gets cold. Now I will say in Quartzsite, I will say it does get down in like 30s and 40s at night,
That's just
but
good sleeping.
I mean, it, I don't think it ever. I don't know what's the coldest. What has been the coldest it's ever been in Quartzsite? Do you know?
I don't know. It
I know from my experience, it's been in like the 30s and 40s at night, and that and around 65 to 75 to 80, 80-degree weather during the day, But
well, that's normal for a desert.
yeah,
Even in the summertime, we're just 114, 115. It gets down cool at night. Yeah, Crystal, that's one thing. Where you're at, I imagine humidity would just kill you down there. Depending on where you're at in Texas. Now you get up in Amarillo where Amy was at before. Now it
Mm-hmm.
gets colder than a son of a gun up there. You
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of snow and cold temperatures and stuff. I'm about 400 miles south of there, and we don't normally get that much. Yeah, the days are normally 9 degrees. I bet some folks were humped up with 9 degrees in quartzite. There ain't a barbed wire fence up to slow that wind
Somebody,
down up there.
somebody was showing somewhere where it snowed somewhere in Arizona. I don't remember what part of Arizona it was in, but they were showing it. I seen a picture of it on Facebook.
Right here where I live, they I've read about it in history books back when it was the wagons and the horses and all that. Oh yeah, I worked on your knife today, Diane. I did some polishing on it. Uh, but on the 4th of July, people come in wagons and horses and stuff. They had a big
Mm.
shindig on the 4th of July, and people all came in from miles around. And the damn temperature dropped down to 30 degrees, and it come a 6-inch snow on the 4th of July. And people actually died in it because it was, went from 100 something degrees to 14. Yeah. Yeah, Flagstaff gets cold now. That's one thing about Arizona. You can be in Phoenix and it can be 115 degrees. You can get up around Sholo and Page up in there, up in the mountains. It's cool up there. 100 miles, 150 miles, something like that. Jane, I build custom knives and I put one up on a auction deal for, I gave them one to auction off. And Diane is the one that got it. I told her I was going to do a little special work on time for her. I made, I don't know, I guess I built about 100 custom knives, something like that. I had a lady got a hold of me one time, Kenny, and told me, said,
Yeah.
she wanted me to make a knife for her husband.
Yeah.
She said, but I want you to make one for me too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like to use native wood on the handle,
Mm-hmm.
or either scales that I've taken different kinds of cloth and stuff and made a wood grain look, but it's got color to it. But anyway, she said, but I want my knife to have some damn bling to it. I said, bling? What are you talking about? She said, I want it to be short. Okay. I got to thinking about that. Got me some fiberglass and took and put tinfoil between layers of cloth and then twisted it and where it had a grain to it. And then when I ground that thing out, all that tinfoil was showing through that thing. It sure turned out pretty. Petrified wood. I've never done one from that, Jane.
Good night, D. I
Yeah,
see you
Miss
going.
Rick.
I
I
see
hope
you
you get
going to
you some
bed.
sleep. Sorry, Kenny.
Oh, I'm
Wait.
sorry. Sorry about that.
That's one thing I want to do when I'm out there. Like, I want to pick up some of that dead cactus. Boy, they make some pretty knife handles out of that stuff. What's the matter, Kenny? You tired tonight?
No, not really.
What you doing? Looking at how long we've been on here?
But yeah, a little bit, yeah. Might as well go with even 2 hours.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
But
Oh, I promise you, it'll be sharp. The knives that I build, I I used to make them real hard, but there was a hard and sharpen that hold an edge for a long time, but they're hard to sharpen. And yeah, chainsaw bars are really good knives. I made them out of big cutoff wheels and stuff too. But now I've got where I soften that thing up a little bit, where it's a little bit easier to sharpen, but it hold the edge pretty good. And I carry one all the time. I carry a knife on my belt anywhere I go.
well, see, I carry a pocket knife in my pants pocket. And of course, I just make sure that I make sure that if I'm gonna go through like TSA or one of them security things, I make sure I put it either in my checked luggage, or I put it in the vehicle or whatever. Put it somewhere where I can't get caught, where they can't confiscate it. Good
Yeah.
night, Crystal and La Gringa. Hey, Jim Ratliff.
Hello, Jim. Hey, I carry a belt knife. With that thumb messed up, I can't. It's got me where like a plastic deal on crackers or something like that. I can't open that. I haven't got to grip my fingers anymore, and so I carry that knife all the time, using it for
Uh,
that.
yeah, that's where that's I've used it to cut plastic, and I've actually had to be real careful because I've accidentally, when I've tried to open, I cut the paper off of a Slim Jim, and the knife slipped and it got my finger. And Crystal from Destinations Delight, she had to doctor up my finger when we stayed at that Airbnb.
Tim, I had a contract one time with Pizza Hut, and I sharpened all those rocker knives they've got. They'd bring me 150 of them things, and I'd sharpen. Oh, learner's permit for what? You have a good night, Crystal. Yeah, I keep yeah, bit the back of my hand. I was messing around with a damn knife and just touched the back of my hand. I hit a vein. You talking about bleeding? Hmm. But I do like knives. It's funny. I build any kind of knife I want, but I still wind up buying one every once in a while. Got knives scattered everywhere. Yeah, they're doing that around here. They opened a place up where you can throw the Bowie knives and the tomahawk.
I've been okay, Jim. I just been taking it one day at a time, pretty much.
Sometime I'll make a video on that knife of mine, Tim. Uh, I've got all kind of folding knives, but I like fixed blade knives. For a long time, you couldn't. You had a knife in Texas that you could open with one hand. They were illegal.
trying to adjust to change and things.
Do what?
Trying to adjust to change.
I don't see what you're talking about, Ken.
What I'm talking about is adjust to like change the way I'm used to doing things.
Yeah,
Change.
that's part of life. You got to roll with the punches, buddy. Me and my son, when he was in high school, the teachers in school here in Texas, they hammering these kids that they supposed to know what they want to do the rest of their life when they get out of high school. I tell that boy, man, I said, you know, you got to roll with the punches. You can't, that's not possible. Things change. And it's just like you've had you a roller coaster up and down the up in the last 6 months.
It it's like I've been thrown at my face for like all at once.
Yeah. Well, you had one of the best times you ever had. You went to Quartzsite, and then you went on your cruise. That was all good time. And then you hit some bad times. But the thing about it is about bad times, Kenny, is that it's always gonna get better. You know,
Yeah.
things are a lot better right now than it was a month ago. Your Paul does much better. Yeah, see, and they passed a new law in Texas here about been 2 years ago now. There's no limits on a knife at all. You can carry a damn sword if you want. The knife I carry on my belt is 4 1/4 inches long on the blade. Hello, T. Oh, we all doing pretty good. Kenny's making me stay online.
Hey T.
Yeah, we ain't done this in a few nights. I got stuff I got to do in the morning. I sold one of my motorcycles, so I've got to go. I carried it to the shop, had it checked out, and they're supposed to pick it up tomorrow. I got to go get that thing. And I got to find the title to it around here somewhere. Really, I hate to hear that, T.
Hate to hear that, T. I
Hope you
know
feel.
Amber had to leave work early last night. Her normal work hour is 3 to 11. Well, she had to leave about 7 because she's feeling like she's been hit by a Mack truck. Said she's feeling awful, and and so she left work early, and so but she's been in bed ever since she come home from work.
Mm. Boy,
I
that
don't
flu,
know. I don't know what it is, but her and a couple others that she works with has been sick too.
that flu's going around right now. It's tough. It is some kind of tough. Yeah, some of them laws are plumb damn crazy, aren't they? Damn. In Texas, used to you couldn't carry a Bowie knife. You couldn't own a tomahawk. You couldn't own anything, or you couldn't carry it with anything more than 5.5 inch blade. And sound like you got that flu too.
I know
Yeah,
one thing. I wouldn't wish that McNasty stuff on nobody. I wouldn't even wish that stuff on my worst enemy.
I didn't
That's
think
a
you had. I didn't think you had any enemies, Kenny.
Do what?
I didn't think you had any enemies.
Mm.
What's the matter?
No comment.
I can see them wheels turning. Yeah, old Kenny was good and innocent until he went and watched all them bikinis. Ooh, Jane, that's not good. I've been pretty bad about since all this crap started. Of course, I'm full time RV and
Hey, Chase America.
hello,
Lo-
Chase.
long time no see.
I don't know, Jason. All these women are here, and you know he gonna keep on. He gonna make some enemies if he keep messing with 3 or 4 of these gals at one time. Shut up, Kenny.
We done pretty good, chasing America. Just taking it one day at a time. Mm.
We all we all got up this morning. That's the main thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And Rocky must be tired. He ain't even snoring tonight. When I got my commercial license, everybody said, "Oh, you gotta go to school and all kind of crap." That was on a Friday. I went up there and picked that book up, and I took that test Monday. I found a truck I could lease, and I leased that truck. Took my driver's test in it. Made 100 on the written part, and I was in a commercial truck driving it in 3 days.
I think all of it's done on computer now, I think. I don't think they hardly have a written test anymore, I don't think.
They had the computers there at the license place because they could gauge it. Yeah, they could grade it right there, and then you had to take and go take your driver's photo.
Hmm.
Don't brag too quick, Jason.
Don't brag too quick. Because if you do,
And you can come up with some wildest stuff to cook. Okay, Tim, we got 9 minutes left. We're gonna be at 2 hours tonight. I'm giving you fair warning. I don't want to hear any bitching of it.
yeah. Well, I know Amber said the last time I had it, she said that my immune system has built up to it, so I should be good. I should be good for at least 3 months.
Yeah, I think you build up on this stuff. I don't know what the attitude is.
But I don't know.
Good night to you, and I hope you get to feed 'em better, girl.
Good night, T.
Don't sound too bad. Got the munchies for greens or something crunchy. I don't know.
See, I normally do not eat late at night because I don't like going to bed on it because it just turns to fat when you uh, I'm I'm used to eating on a schedule. Like when I'm at home, me and Dad, we would eat like at 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. We'd eat like brunch, and then we wouldn't eat again before 5 or 6 o'clock.
I'm my schedule of eating is whenever I get hungry, I eat.
Yeah. Well, see, I I told Scott, I said he's asked me a couple of times if I've ever been hungry. And I was had to say no, not really.
Now,
I
Kenny,
told him
if
I
if
t-
you had if you
I
had a big
told him,
old
huh?
go ahead.
I told him, I said I don't get the hunger pains like most people do when they get feeling hungry. I don't get those. I said I just eat just to survive. I mean that's it. I mean that's basically true. I mean that's all I do. I mean I just eat and I don't But anyway, go ahead. I'm done.
If you mean if I took a big old rack of barbecue ribs, potato salad, sat down in front of you there beside your coffee cup, you wouldn't be tempted.
Not this time. Not this time of the morning. No, not at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You just wait. I'm gonna talk to Amber. We're gonna find out about this. You can get Amber to cook you something, sit in front of you, and while you're on this live stream, and see how long it takes you to sneak into it.
I'd save it for in the morning for brunch.
Yeah,
And
Carl,
besides,
I know what you mean. The bad part about this RV is I've got this office chair in front of this desk, and all I got to do is turn around and I can open the ice box. That happens, Janice, doesn't it?
now the boys and the rest of the gang, they'll eat anywhere between 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
I might get off here and eat something.
And I mean,
See, that's why you're so damn skinny, though.
I'm literally wanting to get down to 120, 125 pounds.
Mm. Well, I tell you what, you better be glad. No, I forgot to get my damn ice cream. Ran out. Kenny, I
Yes,
used to weigh 190, and that's when I was working all the time. That was my normal weight. I'm
yeah.
6 foot tall, pretty big frame. Right now, I weigh about 240.
Yes, I do, Meg. What's up?
I need to drop about 40 pounds. I can carry it, but I don't like it. Hey, there you go. You're gonna make me get hungry, Jim. Yeah, big bowl, Carl, a big bowl of ice cream, a little bit of chocolate on top of it, and a few nuts scattered on top of that.
Okay.
That's my chips and soft drink, Michael Ann. That's my worst deal. I've got chips and I've got some kind of dip in the icebox. So I can't hardly leave it alone. That's good. You working at shoulders and neck out then.
See, I don't eat a lot. I don't eat a lot of bread. I don't eat a lot of bread, pastas, um, things like cakes, cookies, things like high carbohydrated foods. I don't eat a whole lot of that. I'm more of a meat and salad person.
Did you
And,
think about going on that all meat diet? Weren't you telling me about that?
I believe it was Magnificent Germany with Darian. The, that was telling me about it, and and he he has been on he has been on it for, I think he said 6 to 8 weeks already. I think on it, and within 2 weeks he had lost about 12 to 14 pounds, just all meat,
Hmm.
just a carnivore, just a carnivore diet.
Next time he comes on here, I'm gonna have to pick his head about that a little bit. Because now I'm a meat eater. There ain't no doubt about that. If I have a meal that doesn't have meat, something's wrong.
Yeah.
I have been getting more into the veggies and stuff lately. I don't know. I've been hungry for that kind of stuff. I like stuff that crunches when I eat.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's real soft foods. I don't care that
I I I will say this. I was down to 132 pounds, and then I wound up when I last time I went to the doctor, when I went and saw about this cough that I've been having for quite some time. And I got some meds for it. And I went from 132 to 143 pounds. I was not happy when I seen that.
All right.
So yeah.
We done run over 2 hours now, and let's start shutting this thing down. I'm starting to get sleepy headed. I just like food, most of it anyway. But I hope y'all all have a good night. I hope the folks that feel bad get to feeling better. I'm fixing to shut this thing down. Kenny, appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ron. Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.